Thank you, Paige. All right, millions tuned into TLC's hit show Little People, Big World to watch Jeremy and Audrey Roloff's wedding. Now the wildly popular podcast and Instagram couple are sharing their entire love story in a new book, A Love Letter Life. A big GMT welcome this morning to Jeremy and Audrey. Good morning.
Thanks,
Good
morning.
Thank you. Happy to have you here. And you just get to travel around sharing your love story.
So much fun.
It is the best.
Yeah. Now we actually got to watch you grow up on Little People,
Yes.
Big World. You met Audrey. You guys got married. Why did you decide to leave the show?
Yeah, so the show's been, it's been a long time. I think I was 12, 13 when we started filming, so it's been like 15 years, and that's a long time to do anything. And I think I just reached a point where we were like, time to go do something else. So
what was dating like? Like being a part of reality TV and just trying to have a life also.
Yeah, that's actually kind of interesting. So we actually didn't date on the show because we were long distance for 3 years. So it's kind of hard to film us when we're living in different cities.
So we like to say this book's the story that was never told.
Yeah.
It kind of makes sense of everything, but doing anything on TV is kind of hard. So
we really didn't start, I didn't enter into the TV thing until we got engaged, and then our wedding was obviously in the show. But most of our dating relationship wasn't. So
you said it's long distance.
Yes.
Okay, and a
3
lot of
years long
people
distance.
actually do long distance. And the way that I think y'all approach this is so romantic. You know, we're getting a clue from the title. It's all about love letters. A lost art of just sharing your love. But who wrote the first letter, and how'd y'all come up with this?
So,
I'll let Jeremy say that.
Yeah, so I wrote the first letter, and we tell the story in the book where I handed Audrey the first letter as I drove off the driveway to go to school in long distance. And she says it was like holding the immunity idol in like Survivor. We're like, wow, this might actually work. But for us, the love letters, yes, physically, that makes a lot of sense. But also, love letters take time. They're intentional. No delete key. They're got to be patient. All qualities of a healthy relationship. So we want our relationship to kind of reflect that of a love letter, and so we kind of explore that concept in the book.
As you're driving away, please tell me this is going to be a movie one day. I can't wait to see this on the screen.
You'll have to read it though. You have to read the book.
Okay. Well, of course, they always say the book is better than the movie. But as I mentioned, so many couples, maybe they might not be living long distance, but maybe going through some turmoil right now. What advice would you give them?
Yeah. So, well, two specific things for long distance we would say is you need that light at the end of the tunnel. That date that you're moving towards, you're working towards, just that thing that you can always look to and say, we're going to get through this because we have that date. And then the second thing we would just say, recognize long distance relationships are tough, so don't put the perspective on it as you would a normal relationship. Right? We learned that the hard way. We wanted to get out of our long distance relationship the same thing that our friends were getting out of their normal relationships.
We had to manage each other's expectations of okay, we're just friends that talk on the phone, so let's not compare our relationship to our friends that are dating and get to do life together.
Once we made that shift, it was so much easier.
I love that. I love it. Thank you. It's all about perspective. Such is life, though, too.
Yeah, such is life. So is everything.
Audrey, tell me how you proposed to you.
Yes. So since the letters, he also wrote me letters hand typed on a typewriter. And so the typewriter is a big part of our story. So he proposed on the typewriter in this field under our train trestle, which is also where we started dating, and through our shoes in the beginning of the book. It all makes sense if you read the book.
Got it.
But
read the book.
On the typewriter, and the typewriter that he proposed on is still in the entryway of our house right now. It's been a huge part of our story. And so
y'all have the best love story. It's all in the book. Read the book. But on top of everything, beating 50%, that's what you founded. Quickly tell me about that.
Yeah, so real quick, beating 50, we found that the technology gap has basically separated the older generation from the younger generation. So we wanted to create a conduit of communication, if you will, between the two, in light of helping relationships and marriages. So that's kind of what we do in Beating 50s. We interview people and we explore the wisdom from the older generation and try to give it to the younger generation, our generation. So that's kind of what we try to do with that.
Yeah, and on top of Beating 50, you also have a podcast, you have a new clothing line, and you're brand new parents.
Yes, so we keep
not
busy.
At all. How is baby Ember?
She's so good.
We miss her something
19-month-old daughter. Her name's Ember. Named her Ember because we fell in love by the campfire pit, and also just love the symbolisms of embers, and so
she's
so
the
sweet.
Cutest people I've ever met in my life. Right? This is amazing.
And then the podcast is basically
the podcast has been so fun.
Behind the scenes, a way for us to kind of talk candidly and openly, get behind the veil of social media, if you will, and just explore real life. And we interview a ton of people, and that's been really fun. So.
All right, guys. Thank you for being so busy and making time to come and see us here on
our pleasure.
Of course, you can follow them on the social medias to keep up with all of the projects. But you can also meet Jeremy and Audrey at their book signing tonight at Books A Million.